EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to uptown Charlotte at rain-soaked Bank of America Stadium. Just a moment ago, the lights, the cameras, the action, all the pyrotechnics, everything was ablaze, everything was allowed here in Bank of America Stadium as Carolina emerged from their tunnel. And we are ready to go as the Panthers get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face a third down. Newton now to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Bird. And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Here's Newton. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion.
Come on now.
McCaffrey on the counter. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. To throw on second down is Newton. And that is incomplete.
But there's no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, here's Newton. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Willie Henry. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now Flacco and the Raven offense come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. First carry now for Jordan Howard. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
This is Howard on second down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. And the penalty, a big assist to this offense. Now it's 3rd and 3. Now it's Flacco. That's caught out left by Perriman. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. Flacco to Perriman, and the Ravens have a first.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. On the handoff, this is Howard. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Flacco off play action. And that is incomplete. Coverage there by Kevon Seymour.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It's taken to the 26. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag, punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Here we go.
Draw play as Newton gives to McCaffrey. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy's disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away.
And he goes down. The Ravens was able to get to him. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And the Ravens taking the field. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now to be...
He's got a man complete. Past the 20, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Devontae Parker, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. They've had it twice. They punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On second down, McCaffrey. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. Out of the gun, Newton. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Nick Kwiatkowski. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. Here, going down back at the 28. So that one will be accepted. A boost here to start the drive after the penalty. It's 1st and 5. They go counter with Howard. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. They pitch out to Howard. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Denora Searcy in on the stop.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Flacco. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Andrews. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. On the ground with their leading rusher from a season ago, it's Alex Collins. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Footing's definitely going to be an issue because it's tough to make those quick cuts that you're used to making on a soggy track. In fact, a Hall of Fame runner once told me, cut on your heels in this type of weather. Gives you better balance.
On 2nd down, Flacco to throw. They'll set up the screen to Howard, and he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Only a yard there, sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
3rd down, Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And the Panthers coming out now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me.
He got his man complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A gain of 39 that time. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And a short gain down to about the 33. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. Rifles complete, caught by Moore. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Hey.
A shotgun snap for Newton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
They begin the drive with Howard. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Operating off play action, Flacco. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Back with more from Charlotte after this. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Ooh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. They go with Howard to begin the drive. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. First, they go right back to Howard. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Give to Howard. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll run it now out of the gun. Dropped at the 35. Able to display his agility, but not much room to operate. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. Play action. Flacco. Fighting ahead at the 15. Strong coverage by Carolina. And on we go to 4th down.
Not only Was the call spot on? How about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the lead extends. It's 15-0. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Newton rolling to his left. And he fires one incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Operating from the gun. Newton, he's going to air one out. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And take it right on the 30. He won't go down. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. And now here come the Ravens. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Trying to drop one in, but it's incomplete. Parker unable to get that one. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Running with Howard. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Barring a flag, final play here for Flacco and company. And this is going to be incomplete. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more calls. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. This is sort of what you would call the put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because What you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Again, it's Howard. And he'll be taken down at the 18. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22-yard line. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Willie Henry in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. From the gun, Newton. Eluding the pressure right. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Christian Covington in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Newton. He's going to fire one deep. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The Panthers on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, Newton. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
Well, as the play call comes in on 3rd down, you have to think about 4-down territory here. Down a few touchdowns, they need points, and they need big points.
This is 3rd and goal. Still looking for the first points of the game. McCaffrey. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Another stop on 3rd down, and this defense still hasn't allowed a touchdown to this point.
And Gano's kick is right through. And they're on the board now. It's 15-3. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And what a return. Great field position all the way out to the 48-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Now Howard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
But it was stopped on that play. But he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Flacco here on 2nd down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jonathan Hankins in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Flacco and the Ravens now, after the sack, need something good here on 3rd and long. From the gun, Flacco. Looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Dante Jackson, the first of his career. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And this is back to a 5-point game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Now Flacco and the Raven offense come up 1st and 10 at their own 27. On the toss play, Howard. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
They go with Howard again. Now Howard stripped. He lost the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
They go play action here on 1st down. Lorenzo Alexander. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Back to throw, Newton. And he's going to go down again.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Newton. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Newton looking for the out route, and he's got more. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Newton to throw. rifles one incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. Now Newton on 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
And Gano's kick is right through. And the lead is cut to 2 now. It's 15-13. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs and keep possession of the football.
And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Yeah, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Flacco looks to throw. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They run with Howard. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They're going to try it. Here's Flacco. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. And that little deke, the juke move that we saw, able to give him the first down yardage before he's brought down. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. This is Howard on the toss right. Shifts by him. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And they'll go on the ground. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 4. Flacco to throw. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. Slips past him. Where'd he go? They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
On 1st and goal, Howard. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They come out here in the eye. He's going to get it running right. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on the play that time. So a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So here comes Justin Tucker in a big spot. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
He'll look to throw. And some room to work. And he's brought down after a good gain. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field.